Welcome to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast, the most up-to-date information to help you prepare for your wine tasting weekend. I'm Mike, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas, from the high plains to the hill country. If you love Texas wine, you've come to the right place. Let's take a trip. Welcome back, everyone, to the Texas Wine Scene Podcast. I am your host, your Texas Wine Scene correspondent, Mike Cole, bringing you all the wine happenings in and around the great state of Texas. If you are a subscriber to the podcast, thank you so much for returning and tuning into this week's episode. And if you are new to the podcast, thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. We are an information-based podcast supporting and sharing wine events, tastings, and industry news from around the great state of Texas. So I hope you enjoy the content, and if you do, please consider subscribing and sharing the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. It helps to continue to spread the word about the podcast and keeps everyone informed about current wine-related events. Also, please follow me on my socials at Texas Wine Scene on Instagram and Texas Wine Scene on Facebook, where you will see all the posts about upcoming events for the weekend. So let's get into the Texas Wine Scene news. In the past few weeks, I've reported that Coleman Cellars in Stonewall, Texas, had sold its winery to Heath Family Brands, and that West Cave Cellars in Johnson City is selling its winery for $3.7 million. And now, this week, another prominent winery in Fredericksburg is selling its winery. So I began to wonder if this is the beginning of a sales trend, or are these just isolated events of business decisions in the Texas Hill Country wine industry? Well, whichever the case, here is the latest chatter on the most recent winery on the move. Gabriel Romero in the Hill Country Reporter writes that a 26.9-acre Premier Vineyard Estate property in Fredericksburg is for sale, according to a listing from broker Laura 4 of 4 Premier Properties. And which property is for sale? Inwood Estate Winery and Bistro. The Tuscan-inspired property has a 6,000 square foot winery and bistro, a 2,400 square foot renovated tasting room, and a 3,000 square foot luxury venue at Mendelbaum Cellars. Oh, and the asking price is a cool $6 million. We will keep our eyes and ears open to see who will be the lucky winner in the Texas Hill Country Winery Sweepstakes. The results of the 41st Annual Lone Star International Wine Competition are in. The Lone Star International Wine Competition plays a crucial role in elevating the status of the Texas wine industry, promoting its growth, and ensuring its wines are recognized for their quality and uniqueness. As the oldest international wine competition in Texas, the Lone Star International Wine Competition provides a showcase for recognizing the quality and diversity of one of the fastest growing wine regions in the United States. From among more than 350 unique wine entries from more than 70 companies, medals were awarded for various categories in the wine and label design competition. There were 3 double gold medal winners, which are Lost Oak Winery for their 2022 Sangiovese from the Texas High Plains, Torna Locks Winery for their 2017 Portejas from the Texas High Plains, and Wonderlust Wine Company in Austin for their non-vintage rosé label. There were also 111 gold medals, 193 silver medals, and 48 bronze medal winners. There were 8 Grand Star Medal winners, which include Blue Ostrich Winery and Vineyards for their 2022 Tanat, Dukeman Family Winery for their non-vintage white wine, Thirsty Mule Winery for their non-vintage sweet white wine, Tornalox Vineyard and Winery for their 2017 Texas Hill Country Portejas, and Wedding Oak Winery for their 2023 Castanet from the Texas High Plains. Congratulations to all the winning wineries for their outstanding awards. And that's your Texas wine scene news. We will continue our mini-series on the top red and white grape varieties in Texas, and this week we begin our series on the top white grape varieties, starting with Viognier. Viognier is a popular white grape variety from the northern Rhone region of France, but its origin is unknown. DNA profiling shows that Viognier has a parent-sibling relationship with the ancient Mondouse grape variety, which means that it's either a grandparent or a half-sibling of Syrah. Research at the University of California has also suggested a genetic link between Viognier and the Piedmont grape variety Fresia, which would also make it a relative of the Italian grape variety Nebbiolo. In the vineyard, Viognier requires a long, warm growing season in order to fully ripen, but not a climate that is so hot that the grape develops high levels of sugars and potential alcohol before its aromatic notes can develop. If there is too much heat, the grapes can yield overblown, hotly alcoholic wines that lacks the freshness and zing that is part of Viognier's appeal. Viognier is a challenging grape variety to cultivate, being prone to powdery mildew and producing naturally low yields, which require careful irrigation and pruning techniques to manage the low yields. On the nose, Viognier is a very aromatic wine, with rich aromas of tangerine, mango, apricots, and peach. The terpenes present in the grape skins of the varietal adds floral aromas of roses, violets, and lavender with a touch of spice. On the palate, this full-body white wine has low acidity, and its taste is reminiscent of tropical and stone fruit flavors such as mango, pineapple, and apricot mentioned previously. Viognier is one of my favorite grape varieties, whether produced locally or abroad. I've had the opportunity to taste several exceptional styles of Viognier produced here in Texas, and if grown and vinified to enhance its natural fruit profile, Viognier will continue to be one of the top white grape varieties in the Lone Star State. Before we get into the events for the weekend, let's check the weather. The weather for the weekend in a High Plains wine growing region will have high temperatures of 91 degrees with low temperatures of 64 degrees. The North Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 94 degrees with low temperatures of 74 degrees. The West Texas wine growing region will have high temperatures of 84 degrees with low temperatures of 60 degrees. The Texas Hill Country wine growing region will have high temperatures of 88 degrees with low temperatures of 68 degrees. And the Gulf Coast wine growing region will have high temperatures of 91 degrees with low temperatures of 76 degrees. Join Volatile Winery in Johnson City for their Rosé Revelry event on June 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. Dive in the fun as attendees revel in a round of great Texas rosé from both upcoming new wineries new to the Texas wine scene, as well as a couple darling wineries you've come to love. This event will feature rosé wines from Formando Vineyards, Rhine Wines, Riviere Blanc, Tatum Cellars, Terra Trails Vineyards, and Vonovium. This event will feature a sampling of rosé wines and an opportunity to purchase those wines direct from each winery. Ben Beckendorf will be on site providing the musical tunes for the afternoon, and Jack's Hill Country Kitchen and Rex Creole Kitchen will be on hand to serve up some delicious bites to pair with the exceptional rosé wines. For more information on this event, visit their website at vonovium.wine. Head on out to the Texas Wine Collective in Fredericksburg for their Grafted United Women in Texas wine event on Tuesday, June 25th from 2 to 6 p.m. United Women in Texas is an inaugural event presented by Grafted, which is a personal and professional development organization focused on enriching the community of women in wine. The mission of Grafted is to empower, educate, and to provide engaging and equitable spaces for women to thrive as leaders, students, and advocates in the Texas wine industry. For more information on this event, visit their website at texaswinecollective.com. Join Hilmy Cellars in partnership with Women of Wine Sense of the Texas Hill Country for their Winemaker for a Day event on Friday, June 21st at 5:30 p.m. Slip behind the scenes at Hilmy Cellars as winemaker Michael Barton teaches you a bit about how wine blends are made. You'll be randomly assigned to a small team, and together you will create a unique red wine blend. Michael Barton will then taste the blended wines and choose the winner. Each member of the winning team will get a gift certificate for a free wine tasting to be used at Hilmy Cellars on another day. For more information, visit their website at hilmywine.com. How about getting into the 4th of July red, white, and blue spirit with a patriotic wreath-making class at Blue Lotus Winery in Seguin, Texas on Sunday, June 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. Enjoy a creative afternoon with a glass of wine and wreath-making with the talented Beverly as she guides you through creating your very own patriotic wreath. All the materials will be provided to create an 18-inch wreath for a gift or keep it for yourself. No experience is necessary. For more information on this event, visit their website at bluelotuswinery.com. Join Enoch Stomp Vineyard and Winery as they continue their Summer Artisan Series with their Handmade Pottery Workshop event on Saturday, June 22nd at 2 p.m. Guests will get to decorate and glaze 3 unique clay ornaments, perfect for adding a personal touch to your home or gifting to loved ones. Enjoy a glass of award-winning Enoch Stomp wine as you create your very own artisanal masterpiece. All materials and firing are included in your ticket purchase. For more information on this event, visit their website at enochstomp.com. Time to grab a neighbor or a friend and head out to Wild Seed Farms in Fredericksburg, Texas for their Summer's Night Out event on Thursday, June 20th at 5:30 p.m. There will be plenty of food vendors and wine tastings for all to enjoy. And Hill Country Wine Tours presents the very talented Anthony Garcia, who will provide the musical sounds for your listening pleasure. This is a free event and sounds like a lot of fun. For more information about this event, visit their website at wildseedsfarms.com. Join Dukeman Family Winery in Driftwood, Texas on Saturday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. for a unique winemaker dinner benefiting the Texas Hill Country Winery's Wine Industry Scholarship Fund. The Summer Winemaker Dinner will feature 6 Texas Hill Country Winery members and a specially paired menu with a wine for each course. Winemakers and winery representatives participating in this event include Dukeman Family Winery, Lost Draw Cellars, Portree Cellars, Eris L Vineyards, Driftwood Estate Winery, and Messina Hoff Hill Country Winery. For more information and reservations for this event, visit their website at dukemanwinery.com. If you miss out on the opportunity to attend the Summer Winemaker Dinner, then head on down the road to Wimberley Valley Winery in Driftwood, Texas, and score a ticket to the Deadly Vintage Murder Mystery Dinner event on Saturday, June 22nd at 7 p.m. As the winery owners and vintners of the valley clamor to show off their one-of-a-kind wines to each other before releasing them to the public, Charlotte Chardonnay hopes the exclusive event will pay tribute to her late father, Charles, who always puts community before profit. While sniffing, swirling, and sampling the visceral vintages, a scandalous act of murder will occur, leaving the party-goers in search of an uncorked killer. Will the murderer be a vivacious vintner who was ill-prepared to deal with defeat? The vineyard owner seeking revenge for their sour grapes? Or possibly the bubbly champagne producer whose outgoing personality is covering for something? It will be up to you to decant this crime before the culprit can claim another vineyard victim in this wine murder mystery party. In between each course, each character will be able to interact and collect clues as to who the murderer is. Guests will be immersed in a thrilling storyline guided by the host who will set the stage and lead you through the twists and turns of a captivating mystery. For more information and reservations for this event, visit their website at WimberleyValleyWinery.com. Have you ever wondered how those fabulous dinner parties created the beautifully decorated charcuterie boards? Well, how about you find out firsthand by joining Golden Oak Microcellars in New Waverly, Texas for their Charcuterie Masterclass event on June 22nd from 3 to 5 p.m. The culinary talents of Melisha Porter will be on display as she demonstrates and guides you through the process of crafting your own charcuterie board while enjoying a glass of wine. Guests will receive a 10-inch disposable palm leaf plate with a craft bakery box and a variety of artisanal cheeses, charcuterie, and all additional accompaniments for creating the perfect board. For more information on this event, visit their website at goldenoakmicrocellar.com. Okay, so you've recently completed your Specialist of Texas Wine Level 1 certification, and now you are going down the wine rabbit hole. Well, how about keeping the momentum going and signing up for the Specialist of Texas Wine Advanced Certification Class Level 2 at Bending Branch Winery in Comfort, Texas on Monday, June 24th and Tuesday, June 25th from 9 to 4 p.m. Bending Branch Winery is partnering with the Texas Wine School to bring the Specialist of Texas Wine Certification classes to Comfort. Instructed by Dr. Russ Kane, an award-winning Texas wine writer, author, and wine aficionado. The Specialist of Texas Wine Certification Program is a comprehensive series of classes featuring the unique wines and wine regions of Texas. For more information on this event, visit their website at bendingbranchwinery.com. And those are your wine events for the weekend. Stay tuned for your music lineup up next. Arch Ray Winery in Fredericksburg gets the music lineup started this weekend with Anthony Garcia on stage Friday, June 21st from 5 to 8 p.m., followed by Colleen Michelle Miller on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Dry Comel Creek Vineyards in New Braunfels will host Sean Hart on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by Andrew Lopez on Sunday, June 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. as well. Fiesta Winery on 290 will let Julie Knoll grace the stage on Saturday, June 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. William Chris Vineyards in High Texas will have Joe Forlini and Mike Cross on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m., followed by Holland McKay on Sunday, June 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. as well. Augusta Vin Winery in Fredericksburg will have their Sips and Sounds event starring Keelan Donovan on stage Friday, June 21st from 3 to 6 p.m., followed by Bernie Martini on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Pedernales Cellars in Stonewall will host the lovely Beth Lee on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 5 p.m., followed by Father and Son on Sunday, June 23rd from 3 to 6 p.m. Texas Heritage Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Chris Bowe on stage Friday, June 21st from 2 to 4 p.m., followed by Mike Blakely on Sunday, June 23rd from 2 to 4 p.m. Texas Hills Vineyards in Johnson City will have the Acoustineers on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m. The Texas Wine Collective in Fredericksburg will let the Wayward Traveler assume the musical duties on Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 5 p.m. Torna Locks in Burnett, Texas will have Diminished Returns on stage, playing some smooth jazz on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Signor Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Brian Andrew Lee on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 3 p.m., followed by Sheridan Reed on Sunday, June 23rd from 1 to 3 p.m. Moody Family Wines in Bullard, Texas will get you in the mood for a good time with Johnny and the Nightcrawlers on Friday, June 21st from 6 to 8:30 p.m., followed by Sean Christopher on Saturday, June 22nd from 6 to 8:30 p.m. as well. Bernhardt Winery in Plantersville, Texas will let Justin Cole rock the house on Saturday, June 22nd from 12 to 4 p.m., followed by Escape as they perform a Journey tribute on Saturday, June 22nd from 7 to 9 p.m. Walking the Line will perform a Johnny Cash tribute on Sunday, June 23rd from 7 to 9 p.m. as well. West Sandy Creek Winery in Richards, Texas will have Ryan Pennick on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Hayden Taylor on Sunday, June 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. Triple N Ranch Winery in Trinidad will have a 60s Legends tribute on Saturday, June 22nd from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Barons Creek Vineyards in Fredericksburg will have Duo Vino on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 12 to 3 p.m. Dove Ridge Winery in Weatherford, Texas will let Dylan Lee jam out on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Parmesan Wines in Dripping Springs will host Russ Glenn on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m., followed by Chris Donahue on Sunday, June 23rd from 2 to 5 p.m. as well. Whitley Vineyards in Montgomery, Texas will have Charlie Finn on stage Sunday, June 23rd from 3 to 5 p.m. Covington Hills Country Winery in High Texas will host Michelle Miller on stage Friday, June 21st from 4 to 7 p.m., followed by Faith Evangeline on Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Peters Prairie Vineyards in Mason, Texas will have Spicy Loops on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. Arrowhead Creek Vineyards in Stonewall will have Julia Rose on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 2 to 5 p.m. And Singing Water Vineyards in Comfort, Texas will close out the music lineup for the weekend with Noel Goforth on stage Saturday, June 22nd from 1 to 4 p.m., followed by Randy Main and Sandy Torres on Sunday, June 23rd from 1 to 4 p.m. as well. And that's your music lineup for the weekend. Stay tuned for Did You Know? As I was reflecting on the results of the recent Lone Star International Wine Competition, I began thinking about some of the wines that just didn't make the cut as an award-winning wine. Of the 350 plus wines in the competition, there were only a couple of wines that may have been affected by microbial spoilage. But when the wines were tasted, the panel of judges all were in unison when discovering a wine that presented with very detectable off flavors and aromas. In 1857, Louis Pasteur set out to determine what was causing beer and wine to spoil. Acetic acid bacteria were the microorganisms that Pasteur eventually identified as the spoilage culprit. Volatile acidity, often referred to as VA, is a measure of a wine's gaseous acids. The amount of volatile acidity in wine is often considered an indicator of spoilage. Acetic acid bacteria called Acetobacter aceti is able to convert both glucose and ethanol to acetic acid and ethyl acetate. Acetic acid is associated with the smell and taste of vinegar, while ethyl acetate causes off aromas like nail polish or nail polish remover. Volatile acidity is often associated with oxidation problems in a wine due to overexposure to oxygen or a lack of sulfur dioxide as a preventative measure. As a general rule, volatile acidity will seem more prevalent in lighter-bodied and delicate wines and less apparent in wines with higher sugar or alcohol. So what does a wine drinker do if one of their precious bottles of wine turns to vinegar? Well, don't panic. Here are a few options you can use to salvage that potentially bad bottle of wine. Did you know? When it comes to gardening, spoiled wine can be used as a natural fertilizer. The high acidity in the wine helps to break down organic matter in the soil, making it easier for plants to absorb nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus in which the wine contains. Simply dilute the spoiled wine with water and use it to water your plants. Voila! How about using the wine in composting? Spoiled wine can also be used to make a compost. Just mix the wine with organic material such as leaves and other food scraps, and there you go, a good compost bin to reinvigorate your garden. How about using the vinegar-based wine as a cleaning agent? The acidity in the wine can help remove stains and also cut through grease and grime, making it an excellent natural cleaner. And finally, how about using that spoiled vinegar-based red wine as a fabric dyeing agent? Maybe you have an extra set of tablecloths lying around that you wish were a cool shade of burgundy. Well, pour those old bottles of wine in a large pot, throw in the tablecloths or a fabric of your choice, and soak until the desired color you prefer. But the best advice I can give you about your spoiled wine is to make sure to drink the wine before it gets spoiled. The results are a lot more enjoyable. Well, that would do it for this week's episode. Thank you for joining me. I'm Mike Cole, your Texas wine scene correspondent, and I look forward to seeing you next time on the Texas wine scene. Cheers. For more in-depth information on the wineries mentioned in this episode, visit the Texas Wine Lover website at txwinelover.com or the Texas Wine Lover app. There you will be able to find a vast amount of information about Texas wineries and wine-related businesses. You can also search for information such as winery hours, grape varieties, food options, pet and kid-friendly wineries, and much, much more. So visit their website at txwinelover.com. That's txwinelover.com. Also, please leave me a rating and a review and share the podcast with all your wine-loving friends. Cheers.